foremost giving honor to God. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
I would love to thank the National Newspaper Publishers Association for honoring me as a torchbearer. And I will say that I appreciate holding the torch alongside of you. I'm not ready to be past the torch because you're all still here. So I feel like we got some work to do together, so let's get it popping, as we say. You know, I'm here, and it's a week before the 1-year anniversary of the death of my mother. My mother was one of the most important people in my life, and earlier, Amelia and I were talking, she said, you know, where's your accent from? And I said, oh, well, I'm from California, but my mama, she's from Mississippi.
Oh, man!
And you know, as I was sitting here tonight, I'm reminded that the first time I got to speak the truth about the work that I was doing in San Francisco, California, and Bayview Hunters Point was in the local black newspaper, the San Francisco Bayview News. And I was sitting here feeling honored to have been taught by some of the best truth makers of our time, truth tellers of our time, people who tell the truth when nobody's watching. But people who have also taught me that truth is not neutral. That there is the truth that we like and there is the truth that is inconvenient. And so what comes up for me, and I have to bring it, because my mama tapped me on the shoulder and she said, now you know you have to say something about this. So I'm gonna say it. I want to bring my sister Dream Hampton into the room. My sister Dream Hampton is the executive producer of the TV series Surviving R. Kelly. My mother tapped me on the shoulder because my mother was assaulted by a family member when she was a child. My grandmother was assaulted by a family member when she was a child. And I too was assaulted, not by a family member, but by somebody who I trusted when I too was a child. And so when my mama tapped me on the shoulder just now and said, you need to say what is an inconvenient truth, I said, Mama, I got you. I will never leave home without you. So here's the deal. Black Lives Matter has always been about telling the truth, not just the ones that we like to hear, but the ones that make us look at ourselves and ask ourselves, how can we show up to be who we need to be in this moment? How do we bring about the world that we deserve to live in? And the truth of the matter is, there's all kinds of things that white people do that we gotta deal with, and we've been dealing with for a long time, but there's some things that we gotta talk to each other about.
Right.
And when we talk to each other and we start to talk about people like Sojourner Truth, who was one of my heroes, Sojourner Truth said, ain't I a woman? Because black women in particular, our experiences were devalued.
That's right.
Our experiences were erased, and in fact, we were told your job and your role is to serve others, even at the expense of yourself. The reality is, black women, we are not just the heart or the soul. We are the metric of how far we have come. And so when I bring my sister Dream Hampton into the room, I think about the fact that right now my sister Dream Hampton is walking around with security teams because we are not able to tell the truth, the inconvenient truth, that children are being abused. Black women are being abused. Black women who have been telling their stories for decades are being abused and we have the opportunity to stop ignoring what they are saying. We have the ability to walk and chew gum at the same time, which means we can say that yes, it is true that Black people, that Black men are malaligned, and we have a responsibility to say out loud what many of us have pushed down because so many of us don't get the opportunity to move in the way that we need to move. So let me say this as my mama taps me on the shoulder and says, baby, you gotta say what you gotta say. What I gotta say is, Me Too is not about taking the feet and the legs out from underneath Black men. It is an opportunity for us to say, let's heal. Let's heal by telling the truths that are inconvenient. Because the truth is not neutral. And the truth is that Black women, we have borne the burden of the secrets that we have had to hold for way too long. So let me say that in honor of my mother, Lynette Schwartz, born Lynette Buckhalter, daughter of Mayetta Buckhalter and Linwood Buckhalter, born in Brandon, Mississippi, and Florence, Mississippi, best known as New Hope and New Jerusalem. My mama said you cannot let that go unsaid. And that's what we do at Black Lives Matter. We don't let truths go unsaid. Because the reality is, if we kept talking about only Black men being assaulted and killed by the police, then we wouldn't know Sandra Bland.
That's right.
If it wasn't for my sister Dream Hampton, who produced that TV series about Robert Kelly, we also wouldn't know about Renisha McBride, who was shot in the face in Dearborn, Michigan. And the district attorney there refused to press charges until Black women showed up and said, no, you are not going to throw another Black woman in the garbage can. So, if we are going to lift and honor and respect Black women, we also have to tell the truth about what is happening to Black women across this country. I thank you, NNPA. I thank you. Because if it wasn't for you, our stories not only would not be being told, but if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be able to have the kind of debates that we need to have to be who we need to be in this moment, to be able to be as powerful as possible. Because that thing over there in the White House is not just cloaked in somebody else's clothes. That thing over there in the White House is asking us to support him. And so if we don't get clear about who we are and what we stand for, then we can be sure that we will be on the menu and no longer at the table. Thank you so much.